All right, well, I'm going to assume that we are on the air. I'll double check, see what is going on. And AI, Mermaid JS, yeah, not live yet. I think we are. So, what I wanted to do here was focus on prompt engineering, and let's get to back to basics. So this is a learn in public series. So I think I'm just going to learn in public and read the manual. So this might be super boring, but I just wanted to go through and looked at the official guidance from OpenAI around prompting and prompt engineering. I guess we should go to the overview. Prompting, process of providing input to the model. This is when you interact with large language models, either through chat interfaces or the one that I'm a big fan of is OpenWebUI. That's really good. Um, so that is what I do here on a regular basis, where I can actually pick the model, local models, cloud provided models, proxy models, etc. But that's what it means here. There's system prompts. I think we'll get into that either in a bit. Art and a science. Yes, after 2+ years of using, the voodoo magic that is generative AI, I've seen some of the art and the science side of things. Prompts in the API, long-lived prompt object. That's when you're, programmatically calling it. Prompt caching. Copy the link. Universal prompt IDs give you flexibility to test and build variables. The prompts are based on the prompt. So, what does this mean? Does this mean we can actually encourage experiment? Yeah, we're experimenting. A long-lived prompt object. Versioning and template shared. All users in a project, right? So when you go into the control plane for the API, you can create, used to be organizations, I think it's projects. The default one, now I think you can create multiple. One central definition across APIs, SDKs, and dashboard. That's interesting. So there is kind of this first-class citizen as prompts in the AI. That's interesting. Be good. Now, some questions that I have is like, is that universal across all LLM providers? I'm not sure. Is that something that's specific? Can kind of look into that later on. Prompt IDs give you flexibility to test and build. Variables. That was interesting because inside OpenWebUI, I noticed that we create a new prompt. There's variables, and it says, "Tell me more about the powerful variables." This is inside OpenWebUI. Access controls, prompt variables. These are the ones that OpenWebUI will inject on your behalf. Clipboard, current date, time. But going back to the official documentation, these give you flexibility. Here we get prompt variables, create dashboard. Go, log in. Log in with Google. Hey, chat prompts. This is what it's talking about. Logos Labs. So, just to up this quick. Sorry, some of that might get cut off. Yeah, that's fine. The bits that we're looking for are fine. So, yeah, it's a personal account. The Logos Lab is the project name. You can have chat prompts. And all this time. New prompt, similar. Open Web UI, prompts, new prompts, conversation. You put attachments on your prompt. And that gives you, what is it? Durable ID? Let's see. Let's take one of the existing ones. Prompts. Go to, yesterday we worked on a flowchart prompt. This is the verbose one. what we can do here. Just a test, right? The new prompt draft figure. Like, what do we just throw it out there? And the assistant helps us write the prompt. Try it. Asking for input. Oh, back here. Oh, here more. New prompt, desired model. Oh, all right. So this is please provide the goal, one sentence direction. I'm going to say this is probably a bad prompt. What else I have? What was this? A morning session? Morning, Phil. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, chat with your prompt. Not. Let's create. Researchers. All right, you're a researcher. So this is more system prompt changes. Okay. You can research a topic, prompt message user. See, read the documentation around. Prompts in the API. Universal prompt IDs give you prompts for words, prompting tools and techniques, prompt caching, prompt engineering. That's later on. Create a prompt. Oh, here you go. In the dashboard, fill out the fields required. Add prompt variable. In the playground. I think that's what I landed on. Variables let you inject dynamic fields without changing prompt. Role variable. Weather. So more at the API level, it's like you can pass them in as parameters. Makes sense. Right. So here's a simple one. I actually specify that in the payload. Yeah. Add city. Okay. Prompt version. Prompt IB points. Roll back if needed. Cool. History. That's cool. Gives you a little bit of history there. Next step. Build a prompt in the playground. I think we're trying that, but let's. Yeah, log in. Oh, is that going to take me away from the official documentation? Didn't want to do that. Back. All right, so here, prompt. So creating prompt dashboard. For example. I already have it open. That's fine. Prompts dashboard, roll back, write history. Prompt. Next step. Learn how to prompt a model to generate text. So we're here. You are a solution architect helping product owner. Technical. Oh, these all right. This is interesting because I kind of read ahead earlier where there's developer messages and prompt messages, and there's user and assistant, and there's a hierarchy. Sorry, I kind of jumped ahead. Prompt caching. It was in here choosing the model, prompt engineering, manage message roles and instruction. And there was actually a OpenAI model spec. This is gotta dive in. Actually know what I'm talking about. So platform, developer, user, and then there was the chain of command. The assistant must adhere to the model spec. Any platform level provided to it in the system. However, much of model consists of default user instructions can be overridden by users or developers. Subject to its platform level instructions, model spec explicitly delegates all remaining to the AI and end user. I'm assuming all of the chat passes over as the user, and then user agent, etc., etc. All right, let's not get distracted by that. But you're a solution architect. You enter specifics. Use template variables. All right, we won't use template variables right now, but then we'll chat with. Prompt message. Tell me. Prompt message. What is? Where is this? Right, with more confidence anywhere. Tell me more about technology. I can use it in my software. So what is this? Solution architect? Is that the system prompt? Developer prompt message. Okay. That. What would you like to change? Good. Question mark? Boom. This is ooh, 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 ooh. All right, so put some of the tone of like a printed prompt checklist. Role definition, audience, goal, style and tone, constraints, format examples, parameter alignment. And that was kind of about parameters. So, all right. Edit, save. Okay. Well, let's test it out. I have a web application that has performance problems. Can you help me? System reasoning. All right, so because I'm using GPT-5. Verbosity medium, effort medium. You see it going through the reasoning portion of it, right? And that's probably into the model section. When we write code snippets, do you really want code snippets? Let's just look through this here. This is still a plant. It's reasoning still. Okay. Interesting. All right. Garbage collection pause. Is this final or is this still part of the reasoning? Okay. Reasoning. Draft it. Step-by-step reasoning. Clarify performance problem and define success. Identify systems. Still below JPL. It's pretty good actually. Set measurable targets or web vitals. Yeah, all right. Wonder if this is pretty good. This is why context is so important. Instead of saying, I have this, what would I say? I have a web application. You can get specific about that application. I have a single page application that's written in, React JS with the following kind of component architecture and style. It's hosted in, let's say, AWS and CloudFront, and where are your users? I don't know if that's probably be specific too, and it might go there. It might get in there. Oh yeah, here it goes. Telemetry, app, DB, external. Some confidence levels here. Let's see what it actually. It's a good reasoning. Share these details. Grant example metrics. Right. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to continue on this. Sorry, it'll have to be a part two. I don't know how long we stream for, but it's going through the motions here to help, and because I'm being asked to go play softball. I think I'm live now, Ed, on YouTube, so I don't know if you want to be part of this stream or not. I was just wrapping up. Yeah. Okay. So that's my daughter. She's saying that I really have to wrap this stream up, and maybe we'll pick it up. I'll start this session because really we just started to walk through the documentation. We tried a little bit, test a quick example on the fly. Key insight, we went through some of that. Subtopics, we didn't go deep enough. I think there's much more to uncover here and things to do that. Run demos, curiosity, ask exploratory questions, reflect, synthesize learnings. We did not complete the goal of this. We did get through some of it, so directionally we're correct, so I'm all right with that. And we did learn in public. So from that, I'm going to call it a win. But as with everyone else, we have other roles in life, so I'm going to get to that. Thanks if you're here. I probably should turn on, you know, the chat view in case anybody actually tuned in. But I appreciate it if you were watching. If you were watching live, that's cool too. Like and subscribe. I'm going to try to get more consistent after work and put it out there. So this is day 2 of Learn in Public. It's something I'm passionate about. And then eventually, I'd like to get some sub sessions with some other folks, build that community, and start, really asking questions, doing learnings like I do in my day job. All right. Thanks again. A good person's always learning.